Hi Taurus, and welcome to your August 2020 general reading. So I won't be doing mid-monthlies this month. In August, there's just so much change going on. And I need to give time to that. But also, August is one of these months that a lot of people are doing other things, okay? So I remember last year I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not, because everything's just quiet, okay? So you got an interesting couple of cards because I was waiting for the last video to upload and I pulled the Lenormands for you. You got two cards of change. First card is the Bridge, which is wonderful because it's felt like you've been dealing with an unfinished situation. Yeah, something, you tend to get a lot of sevens showing up when something's not quite completed yet. And then you get the Boat as a clarifier. So they're both cards of moving forward. Now, everyone's reading so far has been quite a similar theme, because it's felt like nothing's moved all year. I think people have been doing a lot of inner movement, and I know you have Taurus because I read for some of you. So there's been a lot of letting go on the inner plane, but not much change on the external. And this looks like a month where there's going to be quite a few breakthroughs. And I hope anyone watching who's ready for this, that it manifests for you. Okay guys, now let's throw the cards. And I really hope that everyone's reading's been a lot lighter. I'm not even going to do a collective reading. I'm not sure if we need one this month. I'm not saying we won't again soon, but I mean, we're going into Leo season, so it's about the sun. It's hopefully the potential for some innocence, some joy. Gosh, wouldn't that be good? So let me do one more cut of the cards for you. People like seeing me cutting them online. Oh, I might choose the bottom of the deck card in a minute because I felt it wanting to come out. King of Cups with the World card. So the World is a completion card. What you want is a Nine of Swords. So when you want the Nine of Swords is you want the Ten of Swords. So you want a situation that's obviously been a little bit of a nightmare to be over. What's helping it be over is the Eight of Wands, which is very swift movement. The Eight of Wands, there's certain cards that bring swift change. The Tower and the Knight of Swords is the fastest when they come up together. Eight of Wands is about news coming your way. I don't find the Eight of Wands has a shadow. Most cards can have a shadow side. Eight of Wands, I would say, doesn't really have one. For some of you might be traveling. The challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. Could be a person. Could be Pentacles are an issue. For a lot of people, that is the case. We've all been... The virus has all affected us in different ways. Some it's their health, some it's finances, some it's their emotional, some it's their mental health. So who's showing up in your relationships yet? Four of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. As a challenge, can I pull the rest of the cards? A Justice card and Money and Work. Soul position, you've got the Seven of Swords, so you've still got a 7, which doesn't make sense with those Lenormands. Unless those Lenormands were about this situation and the different dynamic. It looks like, now I'm going to use an interesting word, inertia, okay? Inertia is probably the shadow side of Taurus. Now, I adore Taurus, by the way. So it's the sign which is my essential needs and what I need to do to keep my well-being. So I love Taurus. When it's in its shadow side, there's not a lot of movement, and that's what's showing up in your relationships, and it's a challenge. But there's a cup here, but no, something, look. So this is different. I think there's two different storylines here. Yeah. So the Fool's at the 0. It's a new beginning. The World is the last major arcana. Oh, I get so excited when these two cards show up together. I'm so sorry, I can't help it. You know, you have to be excited in life to be a tarot card reader. You have to love change, you have to love evolution, the brand new start, which means you've crossed the tower. You've gone to a brand new start, because the Fool carries no karma. Yeah, karma is memory. That's it. Okay, it's memory. I don't mean it's it. I'm sorry. There's sometimes we go through terrible circumstances. I really didn't mean it that way, Taurus. But it stays in our memory. That's what the Nine of Swords can be. So the Nine of Swords sometimes is fear of opening your heart. And we've all got fear of opening our heart because all of us have had broken trust. I don't know anyone whose trust has not been broken. And that's what prevents us living with a full open heart, ready to embrace anything, okay? I think there's two stories going on here. I'm going to do your relationship separately, although for some of you this Nine of Swords is manifesting in your relationship. So fear of picking up the cup. Yeah, I've got to say it, but for others of you, so understand it. So the Ten of Swords is the next card. I don't read the Ten of Swords the way other people do. And Ten of Swords is an ending of an absolutely crappy set of circumstances. Yeah. It's over. So you want it over. And I would say this is it over. Because you're starting again. It's finished. It's almost, I don't know why the Ten of Swords isn't here. That it's not. But what's helping you get this Nine of Swords, this ending, is the Eight of Wands, which tends to be a lot of communication coming your way. I find your reading very exciting. It's with the Ace of Swords. Communication, clarity, the truth. And it's the truth that cuts away those Nine of Swords. There's a wise owl there. And the wise owl is our intuition. Our intuition always knows what's going on. By the way, always. Sometimes we feel we can't trust it. Even I don't always trust my intuition. But you know, when you look back in every circumstance of your life and you think, yeah, my intuition always knew that. So there's some sort of truth and communication coming that's going to end some sort of nightmare cycle you've been in. Now, the fact you've got the World behind you with the King of Cups, again, this could be a person. If not, the King of Cups is you being in this great, emotionally calm place. Yeah? The King of Cups is sitting on water. Water are our emotions. The best way to navigate is peace. With the Justice card, the World card is some sort of mastery here. Or this King of Cups might be a person. And that's the cup. And for some of you, this would be a person, but there's a little bit of fear of picking up that cup, of saying yes. There's nothing wrong with you when you feel fear, Taurus. Sometimes I work with people who feel fear, and really it's the potential to clear it from their system. Unless there is a person around and your intuition is saying there's something not right here. That's a whole different ball game. But for some of you, what's the Nine of Swords about? It's about wanting completion of something. What's the Nine of Swords about? Yeah, it's with the Death card. It's about something being over. There's news coming your way that's going to help you get the sense of completion. Now, the challenge of the Queen of Pentacles, because she's a challenge, in her challenge, she wouldn't move very much. So no, there's a feeling of very, very little movement. For some of you, it might be your health that's a challenge. For some of you, it might be your finances. But the fact the Justice card is showing up in your finances is a really, really good card. And then it's clarified with your own energy, which means you get both Venus cards in your finances. Venus rules, it rules loads of things, but one of the things it does rule is our material resources. Yeah. So the Queen of Pentacles is about money. Money in August is going to get an awful lot more prosperous for you. Yeah. Because you got both Venus cards and you get your own card, so it almost means there's an energy of protection. What's going on with that Four of Cups? Who is that about? What's the Four of Cups about in your... So this is either you or someone else. Now, who else got this card? Capricorn got it. It's with the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is a card of soulmate. It's about love. It's about reconnection. Yeah? But all you're doing is looking at this cup, Taurus. In fact, you're just staring at it. Because almost for the Four of Cups, I always think that guy's quite happy on his own. He's got his cups there. He's not... And even though for some of you there's this offer, you might be a little bit unsure of picking it up. So why is the Seven of Swords there? Yeah, Seven of Swords around this cup. Oh, for God's sake, Taurus. So the Seven of Swords has got many memories. So there might, for some of you, you're not trusting something. For some of you, there is definitely a romantic offer here. But you're really, really, really not sure what to do with it. Look. You're looking behind you. But your whole body line, so half your body is going forward, another half's going behind you, and it's definitely around this cup. And here's the cup here again. For some of you, it's going to be with an earth sign person. For some of you, it could be a water sign. So you've got both showing up. This is earth, this is water. These. I think I need to jump to the outcome, because the outcome is just fantastic. It's almost like whatever fear you have around relationships, you're going to break through it. Because the Fool is about walking down a brand new pathway and deciding to trust life. Now, the Fool very often shows up with the Ten of Swords, because it's like, there's a set of circumstances that are now over, and I get to live again, I get to breathe again, I get to be the co-creator of my life without this hanging over my head. Okay, that's for some of you, and I really think it's going to come to completion. For others of you, this is definitely to do with a relationship. And there might be fear of opening your heart. We fear opening your heart because we've all gone through, all our trust has been broken. Yeah. So who would not fear opening up again? Do you understand? It is common sense. So we have a gentle relationship with ourselves, Taurus. We don't beat ourselves up. But Taurus, also, if some of you have got an intuition about someone, that's a whole different ball game. And intuition's very, very powerful. What is this intuition about? Oh God, sorry. Some of you really might be dealing with an earth sign. You've got both Capricorn cards and the Queen of Pentacles as an earth sign. Others of you, it's definitely a water sign. Also, I'm going to go down I'm going to use some tricky words, Taurus, but bear with me. But when I see cards like the 9 and 7, so there can be a bit of betrayal and broken trust showing up here. But that's, you know, when like when you wear sunglasses and the whole world is viewed through sunglasses, that's what broken trust does to us. And every new experience we have, we filter it through these sunglasses. And for some of you, that might just be the case. Okay? Now, Taurus, I understand you. Trust me. I've had broken trust before. But see, when love comes to call on us, and if it's not our intuition, it's just our fear about trusting, we really need to take a leap of faith, and that's what the Fool card is about. Now, if your intuition is just too powerful and there's someone coming and you just don't trust them, that's a whole different ballgame. In a strange way, for some of you that might be the case, and that's what gives the freedom of the Fool, because for the first time in our life we've thought, oh, this energy's not, there's something about this person and I ain't going down this road. That is so liberating. But if the offer is of someone that seems quite real and it's fear that's stopping us, then we need to take those sunglasses off and we need to make a decision to trust life. I can't tell which one it is with these cards, and you know, but there's something else here. No, what's this situation about? It's like something else wants to be complete. Oh sugar, the cards are just everywhere. Listen, the whole deck flew, so I'm going to see if they'll give me one card that something wants to be sorted here. It's like you want something over, and there's communication that's going to help that happen. It's just the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is someone who's been through the Three of Swords, by the way, so they're very, very tired and very drained. I'm finding it really hard. It's not that I'm not making sense of it, Taurus. But I think sometimes it happens this way, that the reading we get is almost a personal reading for a couple of people. And when that happens, there's nothing I can do apart from just reflect the cards that are here. So I'm going to ask for an advice card for you. That might be a way of what would the advice be for Taurus? I know there's people who this makes, God, you got the Two of Wands, oh, for God's sake. That's not exactly helpful. And then the Sun card. So the Two of Wands is about decisions that have to be made. That's not helpful at all, is it? It's almost like you can see both ways, and that's what I can see in the reading. But then you get the Sun card. So the Sun card is a little bit like the Ace of Swords. It can be like the Tower, and that illumination and clarity comes, because illumination and clarity is going to come to you. And you know what? It's a funny one, because I do a lot of readings, and sometimes when people get intuitive feelings about a person, they're always right, by the way. So, but very, very often the other readings I do is about how a person's gone through a really bad circumstance, which I think some of you have, and they're now shielding themselves too much and not allowing love in. And the Sun would be allowing in energy, allowing in, dropping your defenses, and allow yourself to be happy, Taurus. And I don't know what's going on in your finances, but I swear to God, something's going to get good. You got the two Venus cards showing up. So Venus rules it can rule our wealth. It's a lot deeper than that, by the way. Because in reality, you got two Venus cards. This is your side of it, and this is Libra. And eventually, it's our own inner dialogue with ourselves that we meet in the external. So, if I feel unworthy of prosperity, then prosperity I eventually meet. I did say eventually, okay? It's about self-worth and self-esteem, believing that you deserve good things in life. In reality, so goddamn obliging. I'm sorry, Taurus, if this is confusing. I know there's someone watching where it's not remotely confusing. Also, intuition is much more powerful than our thoughts. 1,000,000,000,000,000,000%. Every single bit of difficulty I've gone through in my life, my intuition knew it before it happened. So I'd be one advice is listen to your intuition. If not, what you're dealing with is maybe a bad experience that's became a little bit, I call it calcified. So it's became a little bit stuck. That's what the Devil card can mean. Taurus, it's been such a pleasure. And I'm creating a new website. It'll be up next month, and that's where I'm going to talk about things like this an awful lot more. So I'm going to be teaching a lot of esoteric principles, and I can just say, I'll go and read that blog, and I won't have to, yeah. It might help a little bit. Anyhow, so much love to you guys. Thank you.